Hey everybody, sorry for the delay here. I was trying to figure out why Rumble wouldn't start, and then I realized I hadn't hit the go live button. So apologies, I'm also a little bit late getting things set up. Excuse me. I didn't want to make you folks have to wait too long to get this started. Let's take the keyboard off of here. I did extend some invites, so we may have people join us, we may not. At least one of them schedule was conflicting, so that's what happens. Still trying to get things set up. Thank you for your patience. Nice to see you. I went ahead and took the advice I got yesterday and put some just a little bit of hair conditioner in the water, so hopefully that will resolve the issue there. All right, so actually I should probably go ahead and pull this up a little bit rather than move the camera. The good news is I got permission to work tomorrow, so I'm happy about that. All right. Let me get the staging area set up and we should be good to go. It's just my card table, but it puts things at the right height for me. There we go. I thank you for your patience. Just going to pre-stage the tama here real quick. Almost landed on my foot. And a quick count to make sure I got the right number of them. 10. 20, 26. All right, we are good there. Let me grab the mouse here. And Gwen says hello and work tomorrow. Woohoo! Appreciate that. All right. Let me. Should probably shift it a little bit. And spring feels a little different. All right, so I got somewhere between 2 and 2.5 hours to get this set up until I run out of energy, whichever comes first. All right. Oops. And walk this back. A little separation, but not too bad. Actually, it looks like it's having an issue being right up next to the bed, so I'll have to pull it forward a little bit next time I go back there. Won't be an issue for the black ones, but the other cones are rubbing up against it. All right. And not one. Not two. Oh, I did find and downloaded both of the versions of the Eye of Argon in PDF format, so I can read it on screen, or on stream, whichever, both, either or both. Did learn a little bit more about the author of it. Apparently, there's some people who won't do competitive readings anymore because they consider it bullying, because the person who wrote it did not like the fact that it was made fun of, which is, understandable. But they were 16 years old when they wrote it. They have also since passed away. And considering they are no longer around, I don't really feel any compunction about not doing it. We make fun of people who get paid a lot of money to write movies and stuff like that. So nothing malicious in there. And like I said, he's not around to have this affect him anymore. So I think I will continue with that. But I just want to let people know in case they had an issue with it. All right. Make sure we're nice and good on tensions. Yep. And so basically I lost 2.5 weeks at work, and at least it was split up over 2 separate paychecks, so it'll be uncomfortable but not catastrophic, which is what I was worried it was going to wind up being. Let's see, not one is good. And not two. And not three. Since I don't have the headphones on at the moment, I won't necessarily hear an alert chime when somebody joins Studio, but I am going to try and look up at least every single tama I do, so that if somebody does join, they don't have to wait too long. And I have the headphones ready to go. It's just they feel a little constricted if I'm not using them to hear people. So, and I did advertise in the usual spots for this. Silk's actually feeling kind of nice, so I'm so far tentatively liking this. Just a little bit of hair conditioner in the water for the mister. All right. Go ahead and pull this forward just a little bit so the cones don't rub up against the comforter. And I also am continuing to feel a little bit better strength-wise. I'm not all that strong, but I can lift 30 pounds like I need to for work. I can bend over, I can do things. It's just I run out of energy real quick. And it seems to be holding together pretty darn good. I'll have to remember this. This definitely is I don't know if it's what I'm doing, but there is a definite improvement today over yesterday. The weather conditions are fairly close, so I don't think it's a huge change in humidity. Might be all the water I was spraying on it yesterday. But I was also doing that on Sunday, so I did run across something on Amazon that I think I'm going to do, kind of like a Lego type thing. It's a laser cut wood thing for like a kinetic marble sculpture. We were trying to figure out where to put it, but then my wife had a great suggestion. There is a youth activity center at the medieval event we go to in late July, early August. Wow, this really is feeling a lot nicer. It's behaving much better. Maybe I can get quite a bit more speed out of it. And so once it's done, I will probably donate it to that. A little staticky there. But yeah, well, oops. And that's snagged on something. Is that snagged on? Let's see. Okay. Did I lose a thread? Nope, that's going back into it. I just need to work it back out. I think I have. Move the chair a little more out of the way. I think it's snagged on the box I'm using to keep the pillow a little higher than normal, so it's easier for me to stand up. All right. So I think I got the tension worked out. I'm not seeing any threads dropping off, so we should be good to go. But yeah, I figured, and some people, when they were reviewing it, said it was going to take them too much time to do it, or it was too complex. But others said that the instructions were really, really nice. So I went ahead and ordered it. It should be here tomorrow. And I think what I'll try and do is I'll try and do alternating braiding and other types of streams just to kind of make sure I'm streaming regularly and maybe show up a little better on the algorithm, because I really need to start working on this channel more if I intend on continuing to grow it, make it hopefully self-supporting in the not too distant future. Not 2 and not 3. All right, let's see. I don't see any loose threads. I don't see any static separation, so everything handles just a little bit better. I am definitely going to have to remember this. And thank you, Diane, for the suggestion. I think it was Diane. If not Diane, whoever did, let me know, and I will thank them, because this, it even feels nicer to handle. I will mention this to Mrs. Torin. It might make it easier for when she tries to do silk embroidery. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I missed a couple of those slid over where they shouldn't. All right, so yeah, that looks good. All right, let me catch up with chat. And Gwen says, I'm glad the conditioner in the water is working. And I think it was Diane. Okay, so our memories seem to match up on that. I think we'll go with that and give credit to Diane. All right, looks like we got 3 on YouTube, 4 on Twitter. Let's see. We just got me on Rumble. I don't know if I'm just conflicting with all the Karen Reed coverage. I caught a good chunk of Rackets and Bronca today. Some of it I sped up. I was also doing other things as well at times. Alrighty. Oops, almost let it slip back through. We're good enough there. A little bit of yeah, that one cone is going back a bit. Let me just even this up a little bit more between them. I think that'll resolve the issue I was having with it. Yep, it just needed just that little bit more of location. There. I don't know if I'm running faster, but it does feel like I'm getting these done a little bit faster. Admittedly, I'm only on the 3rd one for the stream, but that's about 1/7 of the amount to do. It's not an insignificant portion. Oops, one of these threads is a little on the short side, but it's on the right side of the knot, so I should be okay. Just got to be extra careful. 2 and 3. There we go. Just for our length. Looks good. does look like they are staying together a bit better, less static issue. Right. That there, and Snipola. Snipola. Kind of like the cough drops. Ricola. But yeah, I'm going to, at least at the end of this stream, do a little bit of reading from the Eye of Argon so you guys can get kind of a feel for the flavor. And I did find the MST3K version that apparently was posted to Rec Arts SF written, something like that, from way back in the Usenet days on the internet, before Facebook and MySpace, where everything was text-based and in topic hierarchies. Speaking of hierarchies, I remember that Yahoo originally stood for yet another hierarchical online orthography. Just going to make sure I have the words in the right order. All right. I seem to be free associating fairly early on. Not that there's a problem with that or anything, as they say. All right. And this one is a weave through. Yeah. Let's see. Gwen says, don't forget Mako Space. Don't think I ever remembered that one. All right, so under 1, over 2, and one of these is a little too short for this. Let's do a little bit of unroll on a couple of these, make it a little easier on me. All right, so over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, and under 11. That means one more and we got 44. Which means we're definitely over 2/3. The water also smells kind of florally. 1, 2, 3. Walk this one back. And since I know Diane doesn't always catch the streams, 1, 2. I'll send my thanks to her on Facebook. And 3. And that is good. Let's walk this one back. So we have one that's a little hangovery. Not too bad. I will say that opening the scissors is a lot easier than it was when I started this on Sunday, which is another good sign. I'm really hoping that my strength continues to return. It's either mostly or all the Adderall, or something along those lines. And not 1, not 2. And not 3. All right. Pass through not set up. Let's see, did I overshoot on that or? Okay, let's try this again. Form the loop, pull the tama through. There we go. I think somehow I got it wrapped around a little weird. And let's just pull it snug. That's in a good spot. Let's see. Looks like we're good on tension. And that's wrapped up enough. It's time for the weave through. And under 1. Over 2. Under 3. Over 4. Under 5. Over 6. Under 7. Over 8. Under 9. Over 10. And under 11. All right. Starting to fill up the D-ring. I'm getting close to the end here. Let's see, the O's are pronounced as in Moko space. Okay, still not familiar with it. I guess that's one of the things I missed. Alrighty. We're ready for orange next. And walk this one back. And we are ready for not 1. Not 2. And not 3. This one's set for length. There we go. Walk it back. And there we go. Pass that on through. In case you haven't guessed, I'm a little more focused tonight, at least on this project. I'm also not as stressed, so that's not distracting me as much. I do think I am going to have to reschedule my annual firearms recertification because I don't think I'm going to be quite strong enough to successfully pass the class. And the way the rules work, if you fail a certification class, you immediately lose your certification. But if you don't take one, you're good through the end of the year. Because technically you are certified through a year, but if you fail, then you're obviously not adequate to the skill level necessary, and it's a safety issue. And got a little bit of unevenness there, but I haven't done the tie together knot, so I should be able to work this back. Let me actually give it a little bit of misting. Make sure it doesn't get tangled up. Go. All right. Let's just go ahead and work these all back. Take the unevenness past the end of the knot. It's got a couple off here. All right. That is fixable though, and we will fix it. Because we want Megan's braid to be very nice. Okay. Messed up the tie up on that knot there. It just completely disappeared as a knot. Right, let's try this again. Pass it through the correct side. And there we go. Make sure we got the unevenness on the correct side. The knot. There we go. Might need to touch up with super glue later on, but I think it's more than acceptable for now. Looks like we got a quiet stream tonight so far. We got about 3 people on, 3 people on YouTube, and not sure how many on Rumble at the moment. There we go. Couple loops around. I do seem to be holding up better strength-wise for tonight than compared to last night even, which is a major plus for me. Sorry if I'm a little focused on it. And not 1, not 2, and not 3. There we go. Very good for length. Walk our way back. Looks like we've got a little bit of twisting around. The mist is a little on the too fine side. It's not really giving as much coverage as I'd like. Go. I'm just gonna kind of work it out just a little bit. And yeah, I got some unevenness on the threads. Let's get a mist, and we'll even up on the end, make it easier on. Go. And it's pretty good on tensioning. And this will put us at 6, so we only have 20 left to go. And not 1, not 2, not 3. There we go. Pull it even. A little bit of unevenness. We'll just fix that up in the knot portion. And sure everything's on its appropriate side. Missed that. But I think I'll be okay with the roll up. And there we go. And we're ready for orange again. This is a roll or a weaving side, a weave in side. Times around the finger. Walk back to the staging area. Pile is getting noticeably smaller. And one, two, three. There we go. And length is good. Just walk our way back here. Even with the minor issues I'm dealing with, it's still significantly better than yesterday, static and tensioning wise. So yeah, definitely pleased with this method. I'll definitely have to remember it and pass it on to other people. A little bit of separation here as I'm trying to pass it through. I want to make sure I get all of them. That one doesn't want to pass through the loop for some reason. All right, there we go. Tension going on them. Reposition our tama. And we have 1, 2, and 3. We will pull them even. Looks good. Do our joining knot for the 2 ends. Tension looks nice and even all the way through. Knot is in place. And we are ready for the weave through. And we are under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, 10, under 11, and over 12. All right, I'll just do a quick little tension tap here. Looks good. And same on this side. All right. So I had a chat here real quick. All right. What's the water to conditioner ratio? Let's see. This full bottle here, and that only looks like it's about half dissolved. So it's that little chunk there, whatever is dissolved off of that. So about the size of a dab of toothpaste on a toothbrush. And get it all the way mixed. There wasn't really enough air to get a good shake ratio on it. But yeah, on my fingertip, I put like a dab about that long and about that, oh, sorry, hand cramp, about that thick in between. Oops, thread did not come along on the first time, but they seem to be together now. All right. Stage our tama. And one. And 2. And 3. There we go. Let's make sure it's good for length. And we walk our way back. Try not to knock the scissors off the stand. There we go. And it's about 40 minutes in, and this is number 8, which means I am probably definitely moving a bit ahead of previous days. Might be able to get this done in 2 hours. We'll have to see how it goes. Got a little bit of tension unevenness, so let's try and walk some of this tension out. Get ready to tie it off. And one. Two. And 3. That last one did not tie off right. Let's see if I can't make sure everything's evened up. There's the spot that had the issue. Not a lot of unevenness, just a little bit. Let's get this one tied off then. Keep our unevenness on. Oh, that's not behaving properly. Did I mess up that knot? Let's go ahead and try and undo this knot and then redo it. Huh. I'm not sure what happened here. I think I passed part of the knot through the through part of one of the strands. No, it's definitely a knot now, because it's tightened. A knot. I'll just go ahead and do a proper knot just slightly above where it's having its issue, and we'll call it good. As long as the tension upstream is good. Huh. Still having a little bit of a tension issue. Let's try one more time. It's not working after this. I'll fix it with some super glue. Let's get your knottiness past the, there we go. I have my proper knot upstream of the, that's because it came back apart again. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not having much luck with this particular one. All right, that's definitely passed through the correct way. The knotty bit that is not being a nice knot is where it's supposed to be, and there we go. Our tension is good. It's a little messy on the end, but that stuff won't actually be incorporated in the braid. All right, and this is a weave through it. And just to let you know what it was looking like, don't snag it on the frame. And don't catch it in okay. All right. Everything's free of that. Let's go ahead and gently pull. Crap. We have a snarl. Let's see. Pull the snarl out. All right. Looks like we did. Just go ahead and pull up even here on the tension. This one will definitely need a little bit of super glue later, but I think we can make do for now. Yep, the majority of it's in good shape. All right, we just need to weave it through. It looks like we're getting a little more people watching in. Though it still says only 3 on YouTube. Guess they're all Twitter users. All right, so under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, and over 12. All right. Let's see. Streamyard says 7 on Twitter, 4 on YouTube. And let's see. Rumble, we've got 2 people watching. Okay. Not doing too bad. Oh, I finally got back up over 15, or right at 1,550 subscribers. But I lost like 4 in last night's stream. Not sure what was going on with that. All right. And orange next. unevenness there. There we go. Quick check. Yep, all threads are feeding. All right, and not one, not two, and not three. We are good for length. I'll just walk back here. And magnet down there. Whack the stand with my feet. And pass that on through there. Looks like we are good on tensioning. Change the tama location to make it possible to tie it off. Looks like we've got a little bit of static separation. Looks like I'll have to mist down the cones a little bit more. And we are ready for not being successful with that knot. Just need to reposition a little different spot with my hands. And we'll try this again. I had too long of a tail and I wasn't getting everything through. Knot. All right. And knot one. Looks good. I think for redirect, if Megan or Tug are streaming, 2 and 3, I'll go ahead and redirect to them at the end of the stream. And then I'll probably super chat Megan to let her know that I will be, oops, need to tie the joiner knot here. I will be able to start her braid. I think I'll start it on Thursday. That way I don't have anything except a doctor's appointment in the morning. And that way if I run a little late having fun, I can just keep on doing it. I think since there's so much Karen Reed stuff going on, I'm going to try and maybe stream a fair amount on the weekends to catch up there. I do have a meeting Saturday that's going to keep me from streaming during the day. All right, and we're ready for black now. I said I was going to mist down the cones a bit more. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. And this will officially put me ahead of what I was doing last couple of nights. This will be 10, and I'll have it done in less than an hour, which means I can potentially get all of these done within 2, which will make me happy, timing-wise. I can't stay up too late tonight if I'm going to be going to work tomorrow, because that means I have to get up at about 4 a.m. my time. It's currently 7:23 my time. 2 and 3. We're good for length. Actually, at the current time, I probably won't get it done in 2 hours, but definitely less than 2.5. And with the little better endurance today, that shouldn't be too bad. All right. Looks like we're good on tensioning. Sure, I got the appropriate spot. And one, two, three. And let's pull it even. Looks good. Do our joiner knot. Join the two ends of the threads together. And looks like we're doing good. All right. Grab a little cinnamon snack here. Two, three. Great. And we are ready for knot one and knot two and knot three. Make sure we're at the right length. There we go. And we'll just walk our way back. The excess slide. Place our magnet. And snip. And pass that on through here. This is a weave through one. And one. Two. Three. And let's go tensioning. Do our pass-through knot real quick. All right, we're looking good so far, and there we go. We just need to roll it up and weave it through. Alrighty. And pass under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5. Oh, oops. I must grab the wrong one. Over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, and under 13. All right, let's see. This is the one that has the loose thread. Okay, it's not because it got passed through. All right, not bad enough to re-roll. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just re-roll it real quick. That way we don't actually have an issue with the remaining couple of ones. All right, let's see. There we go. Stand up for this one. I need a little more distance than I can get from sitting in the chair. All right. There we go. Looks good. No loose thread. All right, so we're doing black now. This one is a race against the clock to see if I can get it done before the 1 hour mark. 2, 3, and walk our way back. And okay. All right, so that's just unevenness. I didn't lose my grip. I just snagged something there. So we can still do our normal knot and then just walk back the excess. And 1, 2, and 3. That is good. Let's carefully walk this back so we don't tangle it up. The excess can drop through. All right, that looks relatively good. Snip. And passing through. There we go. Still haven't hit 1 hour yet, so I still have a chance of getting this one tied off. All right, tensioning looks good. If I can get this tied off without messing it up, I should be able to beat the 1 hour mark. That'll mean I can do 24 in 2 hours, and I only have 2 left over to go after the 2 hour mark. 1. And 2. And 3. There we go. Do our joiner knot. It's looking good. Just go way back here. All right, seems to be good to go. And we just hit 1 hour. I'm calling this good just because I feel that way. All right, let's see if we can hit 24 before we hit hour 2. All right, and under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 12, over 13, and under 14. And it looks like this one, last one, is still got one thread that's a little bit out. I'll probably off stream go ahead and fix that one. All right, so we are ready for orange again. And oops, snagged a little bit on one of the cones. And again. All right. I think I see a new chat there. Get this one set. I will go ahead and catch up with chat. And 1. And 2. And 3. Go. Nice and snug. Just for length. Good there. Way back. And go. Pass this on through. Looks good. Reposition and start tying off the other end. Okay, I see that Gwen got a 30-minute notice for tugs, so I'll set the redirect for tugs when I get a chance. And 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Hold even, looks good. Do the joiner knot. And went in nicely. Just roll this one up. It's a good spot for the arc's head to be set. And there we go. We're ready for black. All right, let's make sure that we hopefully don't have an unevenness when we get to the other end. Yeah, that one's staying together pretty decent. Knot 1 looks good. Knot 2 and knot 3. Sorry if I'm not thinking much about anything in specific tonight. So if anybody has any things they would like me to talk about, pontificate on, whatnot, please feel free to ask and I'll do that. All right. And make sure everything is passed through. Yep, we're a good bit. A little bit of staticky type stuff. Let's see if I can't work it out. Yeah, I think that did it. Ready. And not one. Not two. And not three. There we go. Pull them even. See how we're doing. I think that's acceptable. Is that a thread hanging off or not? It's got a little bit of one. I got missed it real quick. Okay. Looks good. No real issue with tension. It looks like it's just with some static separation. Knots in the right place. Yeah, just need to pull it snug. There we go. I'm no longer seeing any thread hanging. Ready. And this is number 14. And that's decent for length. And maybe a little long, but it's okay. And then it's orange again. And this is number 15, so we're definitely over the halfway point for the number of tama for tonight. Go. Got it through. A little bit of back tension from the stand. And not one. Not two. One thread's a little short. I think I can get it through the final knot. It's definitely through the first one. All right, there we go. And get the length. I'll just walk this back. And snip. Snorp. One of the old, since I was mentioning one of the old style text-based news groups, I figured I mentioned that one of the conventions on there was that you would mark when you cut something that you were replying to out of it with like a little bracketed word of snip. And people, if they did more than one, tend to do like snip, snip. And what I would do is at the start, or when I've done a first cut, I do snip, and at the second one, I do snorp. Just because that's the way my brain works. 1, 2, 1 last one to go, and 3. And we just need to do the joiner knot. Looks good here. Go. It's in the right spot. We just need to ease it snug down, and there we go. And a little bit of static separation, but I'm not seeing any actual tension differences. This is a weave through one. Go. Do the lark's head knot here. And under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, and over 14. There we go. Let's snug this up now that we're getting a little, filling up most of the width there. Looks like we got a little bit of tension from here. Let's go ahead and tap that in. Catch up with chat real quick here. Glenn says earlier that I just got 30-minute notes for Tug's live stream, and it's all good. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right. Looks like we got about 9 people from Twitter, and still 2 people on Rumble. Also, that's kind of just thinking off the top of my head, the fact that I have a very, very, very hard time not immediately crunching candy when I put it in my mouth, is I also understand somewhat typical of ADHD, because I have tried to get myself to not do it. If I'm really paying attention, I can, but it's very, very hard. And if my attention wanders, I start chewing at it. And knot 3. There we go. Length's good. Walk our way back. Snip. This is number 16. When this one's woven through, we will only have 10 left to go. A little bit of unevenness of tension, not too bad. All right. And not one. Not two. And not three. There we go. Go ahead and pull this snug. Looks good with tension on it. Pass through a knot. There we go. And that looks good for length. Let's go ahead and put the lark's head knot on here. And under one, over two, under three, over four, under five, over six, under seven, over eight, under nine, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, and over 14. And 14 times 4 is 56. Alrighty. Which means we have 10 left to go. And go back to orange again. Just even those up real quick. 1, 2, 3. And one, two, and 3. There we go. Length is good. We'll walk it back. Snip. And pass on through. Tension looks good. And I remember right, it took about 50 minutes for the first 10. So since I'm working on the last 10, we do 50 minutes. Looks like we'll be about 2 hours and 10 minutes. Not one. Not 2. And not 3. It's good tension-wise. Pass through joiner knot. And there we go. Looks good. I see Maylee's joined. Let me just set this in place and I'll catch up with chat. And there we go. And Maylee says, hey, Gwen and Torin. It's good to see you on, Maylee. We're having a good time here. At least I'm having a good time. I'm going faster than I was last night. Feeling stronger, though I am starting to fade a little bit strength-wise. And I have the regular copy and the MST3K version copy of the Eye of Argon prepped and ready to go. So I'll be reading a little bit of one of those at the end of the stream before we send people over to Tug. That umbrella guy, or that umbrella man. Oops. Is that a loose end, or did I accidentally loop that? Yep, I accidentally looped that. And one. Two. And 3. That's good. Let's walk it back and clean that little bit extra I accidentally pulled out. It's good tension-wise. Nope. And pass that on through. Yep. And we are ready for the second knot, or second line, but that's knot 1 on it. And knot 2. I just had an unevenness that introduced. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do the joiner here rather than make it worse. And there we go. And that puts us at 18. 8 left to go. And Gwen says, hey to Maylee. So, orange next. Also, Maylee, I went ahead and tried the little bit of air conditioner in the water that I'm misting. It does seem to help quite a bit with handling and reducing the static. Doesn't completely get rid of it, but it's much, much nicer to handle. And 1, 2, and 3. There we go. We're good on length. Let's walk our way back here. Get just a little bit of extra mist before I cut it. Seems to make it a little easier to tie the knots. The ends are a little lubricated. More moisturized. And this is a weave through one. Our second to last weave through in orange. And 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Even, looks good. Do our joiner knot. Looks good. And we roll it up. Yep, I definitely want to get done with the setup tonight. I will probably actually start braiding on it Thursday. I might do a fun thing tomorrow night. We'll have to see how it goes. And under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, over 14, and under 15. And okay, that looks right. Oh, hand cramp. All right, so under, over, under, over. There we go, and all right, black is next. All right, Melee says that's good progress. Melee also says, have you watched the Karen Reed trial? And Gwen says, Ian at Runkle the Bailey will be live in 30 minutes, 8:30 Eastern time. I was planning to do the tug just so that I can send Megan a super chat to let her know that I'll have the setup done. I did watch a good chunk of the Karen Reed trial with Rackets and Bronca. Some of it on 2 or 3 times feed rate. Also caught Racket's stream last night too, by himself, not with Camelot. That's getting kind of wet there. I might have to dab that. I'm not sure. I probably should just stop misting for the rest of this. I don't want it too wet. And 1, 2, 3. I will say I thought that the defense made a pretty good job of trashing the credibility of the first witness as far as his memory goes. So they met with you like 3 times to go over that. Karen Reed said, I hit him 3 times. That was all you talked about? Yeah. Did you talk about this? Yeah. When did you talk about it? At this meeting. So you were incorrect when you said you only talked about that. What else did you not talk about? Or what else did you not tell us you talked about, or something along those lines, if I remember right? And that may have been Nick's commentary on that type of impeachment. So your memory gets better over time. And 1, 2, and yeah, close enough. Let's just get the joiner knot together. Get this one in place. Alrighty, and there we go. Let's roll this one up. If I remember right, the afternoon was mostly the lady who drove Karen around in the morning. And at this point, I believe hates her guts. And I would not trust her testimony without independent verifications. Under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, over 14, and under 15. And speaking of Ian, 1, 2, I did catch a fair amount of him and Andrea last night. I fell asleep during it, so sorry about that, Ian. Just getting really tired, unfortunately. All right, so all right, so we have 6 left to go, and about 25 minutes. All right, and Gwen says I watched with EDB today, and Maylee says I missed the afternoon, and Maylee also says I was watching with Danny. I hope Danny's doing okay. And Maylee says same. I fell asleep at 9 p.m. I think I lasted a bit longer than that. All right. Standing up is getting rough. Three more oranges, 3 more blacks. So one set of 4 and then 2 more on the right side. And we'll have the setup done. All right. And not one. Not 2. And not 3. There we go. Nice and snug. Walk our threads back. Get a little bit extra. Snip. Tension looks good. Nick's daughter had to have him step away so that he could make her macaroni and cheese for a snack. And she said she couldn't remember how to make macaroni and cheese, except for the fact that she always makes macaroni and cheese. So apparently that is a, hey, Dad, I want some personalized attention for a little bit while you make me something. 1. 2. And 3. There we go. Nice and snug. Hold them both even. Looks good tension-wise. Do the joining. Making 2 into 1. And there we go. Just need to roll it up and set it in place. All right. We have 5 left to go. Back. Grab a couple of times around. And off back. Getting so close I can just about smell it. Nope, that's the cinnamon, sorry. Which is about all that I can smell right now. Which, since I really like cinnamon, is not a bad thing. And 1. 2. And 3. We're looking good to the right. Walk back here. And set that there. One's little helper. Snip. And pass that through. We look good on tension. Reposition tama. And get ready to tie off. And after this one, we'll have only 4 left, 2 of each color. And 1, 2, and 3. There we go. I'll do the joining knot. And this means I've already done another 10 past the last hour. And I still got almost 20 minutes left to go. I think I might actually get this done in under 2 hours tonight. 1 hour, 42 minutes. I got 18 minutes to do 4 of them. So it's about 4.5 minutes each. I think that's doable. So this will be our last orange weave through. We got some unevenness here. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna snip. I'm gonna try and straighten that out. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, yep, got all threads feeding through. And not 1. Not 2. And not 3. There we go. We're good for length. We'll walk this back here. Do our Torrens little helper. Magnet. And our snip. Alrighty. The that's cool, I'm assuming, is in regards to Nick's daughter and the mac and cheese, which is entirely different than the BBB mac and cheese. All right. It says we're up to 15. Looks like I got 1 or 2 more people on YouTube. Probably got about 10 people watching on Twitter, plus however many on Rumble when I get a chance to check. 1. 2. And 3. I think this is the weave through now. Or did I lose count? Nope, this is orange, so it should be orange. And yes, this is the last weave through. Almost lost my place there. But knowing the structure saves my tail again. Join together now. Go ahead and roll this puppy up. That should be long enough. Let's go ahead and do the lark's head. And we'll do the last top weave through for setup. All right. And under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, over 14, under 15, and over 16. There we go. And last black weave through is next on the list. Yes, I am getting tired. As we are close enough to the end, I am going to see this through. And we are ready for not one, not two, and not three. Good for length. Walk our way back. Spritz with Torin's little helper. Magnet on. Snip. Try not to knock the scissors off the stand. And pass this on through. Reposition our tama. And there we go. Got it through the leader loop. We are ready for not one, not two, and not three. There we go. Hold them even. Looks reasonably good. Do our pass through. And knot is secure. A little bit of static separation. All right. And like I said, knot. We're ready to do the weave through. We still have 10 minutes for the hour, which means I am 10 minutes ahead of where I was last hour. All right, so under 1, over 2, under 3, over 4, under 5, over 6, under 7, over 8, under 9, over 10, under 11, over 12, under 13, over 14, under 15, and over 16. There we go. All right, and snug that up just a little bit. Looks reasonably good. All right. It's cool is for the setup almost being done. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. I was going to check how many we had on Rumble. We've got just me again on Rumble. Oh, well. All right. And last orange one for the night. And for the setup. Right. Set our second to last tama here. Get this tied off really quick so I can get this entire thing done before the 2-hour mark. Now I don't want a loose thread to not go through the loop. That would be bad. Not cross the stream bad, but bad enough that it would be annoying for me. All right, and not one. And not two. And not three. There we go. We are good for length. Walk this back. And Owen's little helper. Let's get that nice and moist. I'm not going to bother putting the magnet back because this is the last in the orange. I don't care that it fell back through. We'll make it easier to break it down and put them back together. Put them back in their storage tote. Of course, that presumes I don't screw up badly enough on this. I have to rethread it. I'm pretty sure I would be able to avoid that. Hasn't happened yet tonight, last night, or the night before. So I'm rolling the die. And not one. Not two. And not three. There we go. Let's pull them even. Do our tie together, pass through knot. And it's good there. All right. And just black now. It's already wet enough. A couple times around the finger. Leader loop is a little small on this one, but got through no problem. And not one. Not two. And not three. And go. And snip. Passing through. And go. One. Two. And three. Go ahead and pull it snug. Gonna give that a little misting down. It's got a bit of more static separation than I'd like. All right, let's just grab that. Actually, I'll start from this end. Grab that all together and Also, don't spray it on the computer. That would be bad. Not horrible, because it's not really got the vital components exposed to anything, but still not necessarily something I want to deal with. And I did find a needle case inside the computer case at one point. Not sure how exactly it got there. There we go. Gonna do a second one just to be safe. Sorry about the sneeze there. There we go. All right, looks good. And work said nut. There we go. We are done. All righty. Let me go ahead and get this over here. Melee says, what's Megan designed for this braid? This is actually a pattern braid, as in it's the only thing we're picking on is the colors. It's kind of like a laurel leaf look, where it alternates color on the same side. So one leaf is orange, the other is black. And Erica Olson, hey Erica, nice to see you on. Hello Torin, Gwen, Melee. And Melee says, hey Erica, and Gwen says, hey Erica. Hello. Alrighty, so let me see if I can do this real quick. I am going to let me we might go through a little bit of weirdness here. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. And remove that. And all right, there we go. Just checking something here real quick. Okay, that was not the one I wanted. There we go. All right. And let me just shift this to where I can see it easier. And present, share screen. There we go. All right, so share. All right, so you folks should be able to see this, hopefully. I'm going to start reading a little bit into this. This is the Eye of Argon. And Melee says, nice. Eric says, how are you all? Melee says, good, and you? And Erica says, okay, here for the most part. All right. Let's see. Eye of Argon by Jim Thies. This facsimile edition contains the entire text of the story as published in OSF Fan number 10, November 1970, plus the fanzine's front and back covers, and a preliminary full-page illustration which may or may not relate to this story. Sandra Bond arranged the page scan thanks to a session with Alice Dryden's scanner. David Langford repaired some faded patches and produced this PDF version. This is December 2019. That's the cover of the fanzine. All right. I'm going to stand up for this just so I can read it a little better. The weather-beaten trail wound ahead into the dust-racked climes of the barren land which dominates large portions of the Norgolian Empire. Age-worn hoofprints, smothered by the sifting sands of time, shone dully against the dust-spattered crust of earth. The tireless sun cast its parching rays of incandescence from overhead, halfway through its daily revolution. Small rodents scampered about, occupying themselves in the daily accomplishments of their dismal lives. Dust sprayed over 3 heaving mounts in blinding clouds, while they bore the burdensome cargoes of their struggling overseers. "Prepare to embrace your creators in the Stygian haunts of hell, barbarian," gasps the first soldier. "Only after you have kissed the fleeting stead of death, wretch," returned Grigner. A sweeping blade of flashing steel riveted from the massive barbarian's hide-enameled shield. That's impressive, from its hide-enameled shield, as his rippling right arm thrust forth, sending a steel-shod blade to the hilt into the soldier's vital organs. The disemboweled mercenary crumpled from his saddle and sank to the clouded sward, sprinkling the parched dust with crimson droplets of escaping life fluid. The enthused barbarian swiveled about, his shock of fiery red hair tossing robustly in the humid air currents as he faced the attack of the defeated soldier's fellow in arms. "Damn you, barbarian!" shrieked the soldier as he observed his comrade in death. A gleaming scimitar smote a heavy blow against the renegade's spiked helmet, bringing a heavy cloud over the accordion's misting brain. Shaking off the effects of the pounding blow to his head, Grigner brought down his scarlet-streaked edge against the soldier's crudely forged hauberk, clanging harmlessly to the left side of his opponent. The soldier's steed, not steed, whinnied as he directed the horse back from the driving blade of the barbarian. Grigner leashed his mount forward as the hoarsely piercing battle cry of his wilderness-bred race resounded from his grinding lungs. A twirling blade bounced harmlessly from the mighty thief's buckler as his rolling right arm cleft upward, sending a foot of blinding steel rippling through the Cimmerian's exposed gullet. A gasping gurgle from the soldier's writhing mouth as he tumbled to the golden sand at his feet and wormed agonizingly in his deathbed. I think I'll stop for there, even though I haven't quite reached the full end of the page. So you folks get a chance to decide if you want any more of this going forward or the MST3K version. I hope that wasn't too horrifying. All right, let me switch back to there. All right, let me go ahead and set up the redirect for Tug. All right, so content, live, edit, customization, and I forgot to turn on monetization. Maybe that's why it wasn't sharing it quite as much as it normally would. All right, well, let's turn on. All right, so customization, add a redirect, search for available, and yeah, for some reason it doesn't show me that umbrella guy, even though I've got him. All right. And got him there. All right, so redirect is saved. And let's see. Erica Olson says not horrifying at all. And Melee Cormier says was good. When I get to read the MST3K version, there's a lot of inside jokes there. And it's a much easier script to read, or much easier text to read. All right, so let's see. Actually got 5 people on YouTube, 11 on Twitter, and currently at 1 other person on Rumble. Okay. Okay. I think it was a pretty nice stream. I'm all set up. I'm going to go ahead and redirect you folks to Tug, and I will send a super chat to let Megan know. I will be actually starting the braiding on her, starting on actual braiding for her braid on Thursday. So thanks everybody who had a chance to drop in. I appreciate it. As always, everybody, stay safe and happy braiding. Erica says, I wouldn't mind hearing some more. I am probably going to stream potentially tomorrow night, doing maybe some fun stuff, and I might read some more of it then. But I plan to read the whole story, and I plan to read the MST3K version of it as well. Mary says, thanks for the stream. And if I get some guests, we might go ahead and do like changing parts. I figure Connor might be fun to have with that. We'll see if it's something that he's interested in. And I'll go ahead and wrap it up for now. As always, everybody, stay safe and happy braiding.